During a media briefing held today, journalists questioned the members of the UNP Leadership Council on who the presidential candidate of the UNP would be for the upcoming elections.
A person might contest under the UNP, or a common candidate will come forward with the support of the UNP, similar to what Sarath Fonseca did previously. When the election is announced, I am sure we will be able to choose a suitable candidate. There was a controversy that the UNP is preparing to name Chandrika Bandaranaike as the presidential candidate. Ranil Wickremesinghe had spoken with her briefly for around 11 minutes at Mangala Samaraweera's estate. She spoke with me for around 20 minutes. However, presidential candidates are not agreed upon during meetings held in estates. Separate discussions are held to name such candidates.
පොදු අපේක්ෂකයා ඉදිරිපත් වූ සජාත රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ නායකත්ව මණ්ඩලයේ උත්සාහ කරනවා
Ranil Wickremesinghe should contest as the common candidate. The Leadership Council is attempting to field some other candidate and ensure that Ranil Wickremesinghe remains as the leader of the UNP forever. The council is hoodwinking the people. If this leader has the qualifications to win and is capable of winning, then the Leadership Council should reveal it. The only way he can protect his position is by sacrificing others. He is sacrificing others in order to remain as the opposition leader forever.
Now, journalists also question whether Southern Provincial Councillor Maitri Gunaratne would also be given the opportunity to contest the upcoming Provincial Council polls.
Maitri Gunaratne මෙතුමා නායකත්ව මණ්ඩලයේ හමු වීමට අවශ්‍යයි කියලා ලිඛිත ඉල්ලීමක් කළා තියෙනවා.
Maitri Gunaratne has made a written request seeking a meeting with the Leadership Council. We hope to hold discussions with him. The request also mentions Shiral Laktilaka. This shows that they accept the Leadership Council to some extent. We are glad about this. We hope to hold discussions with him prior to our next Leadership Council meeting.
නායකත්ව මණ්ඩලයට මම ලිඛිතව ලියුමක් ලියලා
I wrote a letter to the Leadership Council requesting that they grant nominations for reformists such as Siral Laktilaka. This letter does not mean that we accept the Leadership Council or that we don't accept it. The Leadership Council constantly states that they have the power to make the party emerge victorious. This is what members such as Karuja Surya and Lakshman Kiriyala said. We have presented the opinion of the UNP members.
And it's time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day. Now, addressing a media briefing in Galle today, Southern Provincial Councillor Krishanta Pushpakumara announced that he will resign from the United National Party and take steps to support the SLFP in the future.
I was shot when I worked to protect the party, its leader and its policies. Our acts are useless to the leaders of the UNP who engage in petty politics and only think about their personal gains. One individual is attempting to become the president in 2021, while another person is attempting to protect his position. Another group is working to protect the Leadership Council. One faction sides with the council, while another sides with the leader. They are like railway tracks and they never unite. Because of this, UNP members have been left helpless and in despair. In this backdrop, I reached a decision that the journey of President Mahinda Rajapaksa is the correct one and that I would support his policy framework.
The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation introduced 92-octane petrol to the market today.
Yes, the 92-octane petrol will replace the current 90-octane petrol that has been sold at filling stations across the island.
The event to launch the new 92-octane petrol was held under the auspices of Minister of Petroleum Industries Anura Priyadarshana. CPETCO notes that the increased efficiency of the new 92-octane petrol will ensure the longevity of vehicles and lower the environment impact of burning fossil fuels. 92-octane petrol too will be sold at the price of the now defunct 90-octane petrol, which is 162 rupees per litre. We will have to bear an extra cost of 80 cents per litre through the introduction of this new fuel. But we thought that we would bear that cost instead of burdening the consumer. The next step for us is to commence a scheme to increase the standard of diesel. We have already initiated action for this. Before the end of this year, we will take every effort to provide international standard fuel. This is our hope.
ජාත්‍යන්තර ප්‍රමිතියෙන් යුතු කණිජ තෙල් ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට අපි සෑම උත්සාහයක්ම දරනවා. මේක තමයි බලාපොරොත්තුව.
Now, in a story that we have been covering extensively, the Jathika Hela Urumaya says that alternatives proposed to the Grade 5 scholarship exam are not practical. Also,
JHU Deputy Secretary Uday Gamanpilla expressed these views at a media briefing convened in Colombo today.
බමුණු කුලය යලි වැඩි කිරීමේ වෑයමක් විදියටයි අපි මේ
We see the annulling of the Grade 5 scholarship examination as an attempt to make the bourgeois class, which collapsed in 1956, reign supreme again. The first amendment that we propose is that the Grade 5 scholarship examination be made an intelligence quotient examination. I believe that the Education Minister convened a media briefing yesterday or the day before and said the examination would be limited to 1 hour. My friends, this is a joke. It is something that was said without any understanding of the mind of the child. Others are proposing that this be taken to Grade 8. Increasing the size of the primary sections from 5 grades to 8 grades means that there will need to be more infrastructure for primary schools in terms of buildings, chairs and tables, and a 60% growth in the number of teachers. Also, the proposals note that by 2017 the secondary schools will be completed and thus the popular schools will not be needed. If in the future the secondary schools and the popular schools in the country become equal, then you can make that decision.
ඒක අනාගතය ගැන පේන කියන. අනාගතයේ රටේ සියලුම ද්විතීක පාසල් සහ සුපිරි පාසල් සමාන වෙනවා නම් අන්න එදාට මේ තීන්දුව ගන්න පුළුවන්.
At a media briefing convened recently, Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardana said that the Grade 5 scholarship examination would not be held after 2016. However, yesterday the National Education Commission said that they had made no such recommendation to annul the Grade 5 scholarship. When looking at the cases of the students who scored the highest marks at the concluded advanced level examination, the importance of the Grade 5 scholarship examination is evident.
I sat for the scholarship examination and scored 163 marks. It was because I passed that I was able to enter the Ahaliyagoda National School. I was enthusiastic in my studies and I was ranked 3rd in the island in the 2010 GCE Ordinary Level Examination and was able to secure the first place in the biology stream in Sri Lanka in the 2013 GCE Advanced Level Examination. In 2004, I sat for the scholarship examination when the cut-off mark was 133. I scored 152 marks and was enrolled at Gauthami Balika Vidyalaya. I think the scholarship examination played a major role in enabling me to enter a prominent school.
Meanwhile, although the cut-off marks for the concluded Grade 5 scholarship examination have been released, a number of prominent schools included in the list in previous years have been removed from the current list. Education authorities did subsequently take steps to include these schools, but the list containing all popular schools and the cut-off marks for these schools has not been released as yet.
Now, the chief organizer of the Democratic Party in the Kolanawa electorate, Susil Kendalpitiya, attended an event held in Biyagama today where he shared the following thoughts.
නිකන් ශිෂ්‍යත්වය අහෝසි කරන්න බෑ. මේ නිදහස් අධ්‍යාපනයත් එක්ක ගමේ දුප්පත් දක්ෂ දරුවන්ට
The program that the government is following with regard to the Grade 5 scholarship shows the lack of policy in this country. You cannot just annul the scholarship. The government is attempting to deprive talented poor students from the village of the opportunity of attending popular schools in the city and becoming good citizens. On whose instruction was this done? Did they take the advice of specialists? Now a new proposal is being put forward to enroll students in schools based on the talents they show in individual classes. Then there will be an examination for the children. Whether it is the end of term examination or some other examination, they are proposing a program program to enroll students who score the highest marks in these examinations. When children are chosen from the individual schools, what will happen? There will be political corruption. These are all cunning programs.
මෙතන වෙන්නේ ආයි දේශපාලන දූෂණයක්. ඒ ඔක්කොම මගඩි වැඩපිළිවෙළවල.
Speaking at an event held in Kurunegala today, Chief Minister of the Northwestern Province Dayasiri Jayasekara expressed his thoughts on the teaching profession.
Chief Minister of the Northwestern Province Dayasiri Jayasekara presented teaching appointment letters to 329 graduates in the Northwestern Province today.
මගේ අම්මත් ගුරුවරියක්.
My mother was also a teacher. Therefore, I have a good understanding of the teaching profession. I have understood the hardships that my mother faced in order to raise the 7 of us in our family. We have a shortage of mathematics teachers, science teachers, commerce teachers and primary school teachers. The President has taken up a major responsibility to construct the Mahindodaya laboratories. We hope to take the number of graduates in Sri Lanka to 18% by 2016 or 18, reduce the number of arts graduates and increase focus on mathematics, science and commerce. Then the problem that we have will be addressed to a great extent.
එතකොට අපිට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ ගොඩක් දුරට අඩු වෙනවා